Hello, welcome to English 1010 for the fall 2020 semester. I wanted to give you a short video to walk you through the basics of Blackboard, how to navigate our course, and the first week's material. When you first log into My Tri-C and you go into Blackboard, you should always click onto the course English 1010. This is our main page. Every week the image changes depending on what we're learning. Obviously, this is the first week, so welcome to English. As you scroll down from this first page, you can see several different things. I have welcome announcements, first and foremost. Anything important will appear in announcements before it would appear in the content area. So let's say, for example, I had to cancel one of our synchronous classes on a Monday. If that's the case, you would see an announcement here in addition to an email and probably a text from the school. But in this case, it would appear on the home page. Several times throughout the semester, I will update the announcements to reflect any changes in the syllabus, to reflect any changes of due dates, any interesting information I find. So always check out the announcements. The first thing, like I said here, you have a welcome announcement that reminds you that our synchronous class is always Mondays at 6 p.m., that Blackboard does not accept Google Docs or Pages documents. Unfortunately, Blackboard can only accept .docx or .pdf documents, so all of your documents have to be submitted in that way. Feel free to use Google Docs or Pages, just make sure to export it into the appropriate format before submitting it. And then also, if you don't have Microsoft Office Suite on your personal computer, because you're a Tri-C student, you have Office 365, the cloud version, so feel free to read all about that information here. Like I said, this is your home page. The next thing you could go to is the Start Here section. Course-specific items is really where you'd want to go if you needed to check things out. I have a short bio about me and a picture of my cat. The syllabus is in here, and then a link to any Tri-C policies. The syllabus and textbooks, which I will go over here briefly, but here's the syllabus and the textbooks that are required. WebEx. We are a synchronous class, meaning that we meet at 6 p.m. every Monday for the duration of the semester. Obviously, we miss our very first day because the class hasn't started and it's Labor Day. But anytime to log into WebEx, you can always go here. It never changes, but this is the information. So it has the meeting number, the password, the link to get into WebEx. Feel free to download it on your iPad, your phone, your computer, your tablet. However you're going to access class, this information is in here. Now, am I saying that we are going to meet for 2 hours and 45 minutes on WebEx every Monday? No. But that is how we will access the information. Course contents. This is where you will go to find everything. So if you don't go into announcements and you don't go into Start Here and you don't look at all the other pieces, course content is where you'll find everything for each week. So as you can see in here, I have some information already. APA and MLA formatting, which we will go over. Week 1, and then There by Tommy Orange. So if we clicked into week 1, this is where it would take us. Hey, there's a bunch of information, there's some activities in here to do. So course content is where you would go for all that. Discussion boards. Since this is technically an online class, we will use the discussion boards. So always make sure that you're checking that out. And then my grades, some other things to notice here. So if you do notice, please don't fret that the due dates are incorrect. They reflect last year. I used the same template for courses throughout the different semesters. You can get an idea of what we're going to be doing, but don't follow the due dates, obviously. But you can kind of see as things are updated, they will be, it will reflect in the grade book. So a couple things to talk about really quickly. I want to go over the syllabus. We would typically do this on the first day if we were meeting face-to-face. Obviously we're not, and we're starting on a Tuesday, so I want to make sure that you guys get a head start of all of the information and we're not wasting any precious class synchronous time by reviewing the syllabus. So a couple things to note of the syllabus. Again, we do have a synchronous class meeting Mondays from 6 to 8:45 p.m. Again, I will not hold you for the entire 2 hours and 45 minutes, but that is our scheduled class time, as if we were physically in a classroom. A couple things to note. So the phone number on here, I wouldn't use that phone number, only because I'm not in the office. I don't actually go to the school because of COVID times, but reaching out to me via email is the very best and quickest way to get a hold of me. I will get right back to you. I likely will post my Google Voice number, so if you needed to text me or call me, you could always call via my Google number. I'll put that in the announcements. If you do need an appointment and if you want to discuss something privately, or if you wanted some further explanation, we can always meet 1/2 hour before class, or if you just reach out to me, we can set up an appointment to do that as well. You will need 2 texts for this class. You need the Norton Field Guide to to Readings and Handbook. This is a 2-semester text, so you will use it for both 1010 and 1020. So it is a wise investment because it is required text. So it does look like this, so make sure that you're getting this copy. It's the red one. It is the Readings and Handbook text, 5th edition, but it's the red cover. It doesn't matter where you get it as long as you get it. The next one is the Common Read text for the semester. It's called There by Tommy Orange. This is the cover of the text. Like I said, feel free to get it wherever you want. Amazon had it fairly cheap. I want to say it was like $7 on Amazon. You can get it from Half Price Books. You could get the Kindle version. You could borrow it from a friend, but you do need this text. Again, the web information for WebEx, of how to log in, the meeting number, the password, VoIP only. If you do have any technical troubles, feel free to reach out to tech support. They will walk you through it. Additional required materials for the course. Obviously, we're an online course. You need internet access. You need to be able to pull up all of the information. You also need a computer, obviously, because you need to be able to write essays. You need to be able to participate in class. All of those things are necessary. I strongly note on here, if you don't save things to the cloud, make sure that you're saving it somewhere appropriate. Computer failure or a lack of computer is not an acceptable excuse for not having your work turned in. I'm giving you at least a week's head notice here of what you need for the course. So please make sure that you are ready and prepared when we meet for our first synchronous meeting. This information about outcomes can be read on your own time. It's just reviewing some different items that the school requires. Like I said, feel free to read it on your own. Academic dishonesty and plagiarism. Plagiarism is not accepted. It is the worst crime you can commit in an academic setting. Please do not plagiarize. Plagiarism is stealing somebody else's work, whether it's intentional or not. Please do not commit plagiarism. We will discuss this again later as we start to discuss the different types of formatting styles. The Tutoring and Writing Service Center, as soon as I have that information, I will post it in the announcements for you about their times. I know they are having very limited meetings for the Writing Center, but they are accessible online. I will post that for you. Attendance tracking is important. I post your attendance, so that's why we have activities every week. I have to post that you're active in the course, so that way if you are a student loan student, you are getting your funds. Again, you can read through most of this information. If you have to withdraw from the course, the date to do so is by 11/20. I do not withdraw you from the course, so if you happen to just stop attending or stop participating, that is on you to withdraw. So kind of keep that in mind. We are an online class, which means it is rarely, if ever, canceled. If something comes up on with a personal reason for myself that I cannot hold the live synchronous meeting, I will let you know, but there will be an assignment that would correlate and substitute for that, but I do not anticipate that happening. Classroom etiquette, please. While we're on our synchronous meeting, please pay attention. I ask you to please pay attention. Please do not be texting or being distracted by somebody else in your home. I understand it is not ideal, but if you could please pay attention, the sooner we can get through the material, the sooner you could go for the evening. I start class promptly at 6, so please be on time. Let's see, like I said, you can continue to read through the information. This is our course topic. It kind of comes up multiple times, that's why it's the topic. This first week specifically, you're going to read a significant amount of information about it. Due dates. Please note here in bold red letters that late work is not accepted. Late work is not accepted because we're continually working on a project. If I assign you an essay, it's not something that I will say, oh yeah, hey, it's due in 3 weeks and we'll never talk about it again. Essays and the work that we're doing in class is continually discussed, so you'll have plenty of notice of when an assignment is due. So late work is not accepted for that reason. You can see that we have 4 major essays in this class, broken up into summary response, and analysis, and argument synthesis, and a final paper. There is a midterm and a final, which likely will tie into there. But there are also other assignments, like things that you might do in class. There's quizzes, homework, and attendance and participation. And then finally, this tracking calendar is not by any means a guide for the course. This is just an idea of what we're going to be doing within the course. So kind of keep that in mind. Don't always go by this. Always go by course content. That's where you'll find all of the information. But here's just a basic overview, which I reserve the right to change at any time, just depending on how we're getting through the material. So that is the syllabus. This first week of material, if I go back to course content, for the first week of material, you have several things to do before the first week, before we actually meet. You'll watch this video, which I am currently recording. You'll review the syllabus, which we just went over. The PowerPoint is linked here, so please make sure that you review that. I'd like you to read the article and watch the video on being an active learner, an active reader, is this article right here. It's not very long, so don't think that it's going to take that long to get through. It just goes through the best tips of how to read academic information. So please take the time to review that. You're going to read the article Thinking Critically and Challenging Cultural Myths, which is this one here. It's only 6 pages. There's also this one, Changing Our Cultural Myths, which is an article in The Atlantic. Again, please read that. You're going to post to the first week's discussion board. Please watch those due dates. The initial response is due on Friday, 9/11, while 2 responses must be done by Sunday, 9/13. So please make sure that is done. And then the diagnostic essay, which is down here, if you scroll down just a little bit. This does not count for any points, but it is a mandatory assignment. So please make sure that you complete it. This helps meet your attendance guidelines for the first week of class. So you have 2 deliverables this week. The first week's discussion board and the diagnostic essay. Both are required. The homework, please get the required materials for the course, meaning the textbook and the common read text. You do need both. We will start reading there, and assigning chapters starting on Monday. Complete the diagnostic essay. Read pages 999 through 1006 in Norton. And just get familiar with there. You don't have to begin reading it, but if you just kind of flip through, it's not a terribly long text, but if you want to just get an idea of what it is about, please do that. The first week's discussion board is this information here. Please read through all the prompts, make sure you're fully reading it and answering the prompts. And then finally, again, the diagnostic essay, which is a requirement to meet your attendance guidelines. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to email me. Again, my email is on the syllabus here, allison.braun@tri-c.edu, and I will get back to you as very soon as possible. My turnaround time is usually less than 24 hours. Again, I will post any information that you might need on the announcements, but I look forward to working with you, and I will see you on the 14th of September.